This MMA 30 segment is powered by The Gun Store. Next time you're in Las Vegas, if you want to shoot a real machine gun, do it at The Gun Store at 2900 East Tropicana.
In your opinion, is this the strongest that the division's ever been?
No doubt about it. Yeah, it's absolutely the strongest it's ever been. There's so many great fighters now in the heavyweight division, and a lot of great fights to be made.
And can you talk
You know, to start to evaluate a guy in losses is when he loses a bunch in a row, or loses to a guy he probably wasn't supposed to lose to, or something like that.
Were there any lessons learned from that fight that moving forward will help you in your career?
Yeah, just to implement the game plan sooner. I kind of hesitated a little bit on that, and Junior just capitalized on that. So just learn from that. Yeah, I mean, I love what I do, and it's just like in wrestling. I mean, you have a loss. I mean, it's not the end of the world. You have to come back stronger. Be healthy. Just watch film. Just see what you did wrong. Learn from your mistakes. I mean, that's the only thing you can do. You can't really dwell on that kind of stuff. Just kind of move on forward and kind of just try to get better. So that was that.
No, I'm human. There's times when you sit there and you despair, and it doesn't seem like you're going to make it. Then the next day you get back on your horse and you keep on trying. Luckily I have a strong family unit and friends around me that help keep me motivated and in the right direction. I believe I do. Just for the reason being, when you first become the champion, sometimes everything is overwhelming, and you don't get to really appreciate things till you step back. Kind of like as you get older, you get to look back on things and you get to see it for appreciation for the first time sometimes. And so, as now being a possibility of going back up for it, I get to appreciate it again. I get to realize things slow down a little bit. They're not so hectic and so fast. The one thing was, back in the day, the fights kind of got spread out a little bit farther because there wasn't as many guys to match up against. Anytime you're trying to make a run towards a title, the worst thing in the world is to get an opponent that when you tell people you're fighting them and they ask who that is. At least now we don't have that issue. I mean, almost everybody in the top 10 of UFC, everybody is a household name, recognizable, and that makes it much more pleasurable to train and fight. Because there's always a risk when you walk into the octagon. I'd rather take that risk against a guy that's considered dangerous than take that risk against a guy who's, an unknown.
I just know it's part of the job, There's a PR side, and there's the training and the fighting side, and I know it has to be a well-balanced thing. I gotta give my time to both the fight, put myself out there, but also make a lot of time for training and fight. It's just a thing of balancing act. It's a part of the sport. So.
Did you feel at all, and no disrespect to Junior, but in that fight, did you think you split it the wrong way? Maybe put too much towards your other responsibilities?
No, not at all. I've always, for every fight camp, I've always got enough training, I think, for myself. So not at all.
No, that concerns me greatly. I think wrestling is one of the hardest things stylistically I have a hard time with, and so it's always going to be an issue, and it's something for me to constantly improve on and work on in the gym. I think wrestling is a huge factor in all the fights. Typically, the guys who are better wrestling can decide where the fight goes, whether it's standing, whether it's on the ground. I just hope to make it to where both those are non-rival choices.
And also, Frank, just coming off the submission that you did, do you think that has any kind of impact, like making Kane a little more wary of your submissions, knowing what you're capable of, even if he catches you in something?
No, not necessarily. I think that everybody is just like when you watch them knock somebody out, or vice versa. I think that you pretty much figure that you see what they're good at, you're aware of it. But submissions, if you stay in good position, don't really come available to the other opponent. I think it's all dependent on the athlete. I find for myself in the gym, I can look at my performances, my conditioning, my speed is best when I'm a little bit lighter. I thought that gaining size would have helped me make up for the size difference in Brock, but that was really more of a technical difference. I was looking more for, I looked up the wrong area on what to improve. So right now, I'm happy where I'm at right now.
You describe each one of these guys, what would you, just each one is a good one?
Oh God, I mean, Harry, amazing chin, amazing heart, well-rounded, incredibly talented, knockout artist, probably maybe one of the greatest kickboxers, Muay Thai stylists right here. This guy breaks stuff. Probably the greatest submission heavyweight ever. And the guy in the end there is a man on a mission. He wants to get that heavyweight shot.
This MMA 30 segment is powered by The Gun Store. Next time you're in Las Vegas, if you want to shoot a real machine gun, do it at The Gun Store at 2900 East Tropicana.